Well, thanks guys. What makes a muscle car? We talked to the experts to find out the criteria to label a vehicle as just that.
Muscle cars became popular in the mid-1960s and are still popular today. Three cars are identified as being muscle cars. They are the Ford Mustang, the Chevy Camaro, and the Dodge Challenger. You might have noticed that they are all American brands, but over the years, the lines of what fits under a muscle car umbrella and what does not have moved. In effect, the car companies have moved the goalpost. Originally, to be counted as a muscle car, you'd have to have two doors, a V8 engine, make lots of power, lots of noise, be American built and design, make lots of smoke, be fast, rear-wheel drive, and be able to compete on a drag strip. Tim Kuniskis is in charge of the Dodge brand and has his ideas of what a muscle car is.
And the idea of what a muscle car is has morphed wildly over the years, right? I mean, it used to be in the 80s, 200 horsepower was a very high performance muscle car. Well, our base Challenger today is 300 horsepower. So is it technically the horsepower? No, I don't think anybody would say, no, it's the amount of horsepower that a car has that makes it a muscle car.
Smaller engines and smaller horsepower have been put into the bodies of muscle cars that we know, and they're still called muscle cars. So what's the most important thing that makes a muscle car? It definitely has to have style and attitude. Just making a high-powered sports car doesn't make it a muscle car. When muscle cars began, it was a drivable, everyday car that you could take your kids to school with in the back seat, but it also had to be a full track-style performance. It had to have street strip mentality. Use it as a family car, but race it too.
I can have a four-door Charger with 700 horsepower, but I can still take my kids to school. To us, that's what a muscle car is having that dual purpose, dual personality, and having an everyday livable car. And the performance.
The saying of "if you build it, they will come" couldn't be more true with Dodge. They've built the Hellcat lines of 700 horsepower muscle cars, and now sales are backed up for months.
Now, although a muscle car starts a lot cheaper, this Hellcat behind me starts at $64,000. I'm Nick Miles.